My favorite part about playing my sport is the involvement in the school and getting to go to all the games and being with my friends, making memories with them and making that friendship that I know will last a long time.
When it's something that you don't need natural born skill going into it, you can better yourself along the way. And so that's really cool to be able to build yourself as a person.
And you have to take every opportunity you have to win, and you have to limit their chances to beat you.
It does take a lot of time to be on dance team. Practice usually 4 times a week after school from 2:45 to 5.
Every Monday through Thursday, and then we have practice on Saturday mornings.
We go almost every day.
Probably practice twice a week for 2 hours.
We practice every day except Sunday. Recently we've had a lot more games this year, so that's been a lot of fun. So we just practice whenever we don't play.
5 to 6 days a week for about 2 hours.
My least favorite part is when you make an error or something like that. It's not even that you let yourself down, it's that you let your team down, and that's hard. But it's really a lot of it's a mental aspect. You're your hardest critic, and that's true with most things.
As a soccer player, I'm constantly running, I'm constantly on edge, I'm constantly checking my shoulder, and I have to be constantly aware. And doing that for a full 80 or 90 minutes can be difficult. And especially being a defender, the one time you slip up is the one thing that can cost you in a game.
Just the mental strain of it and kind of the physical strain of it, because it's not like working on skill. Everything you do in cross country has a toll on your body. If you want to get faster, you gotta work harder.
Probably the off season and how much time and effort it goes into it and working out.
Is honestly just the injuries that happen. So cheer is a super dangerous sport. When you're in a stunt and you can fall on your head and get a concussion or break a finger or something.
And it's hard work, but it's a lot of fun being able to run with your team where you do so many different things. It's basically hanging out with people for 2 hours. Really enjoyable.
Do it. It's actually really, really fun, and I know it's a lot of time and a lot of new experiences and new ways of dancing and being coached, but in the end, I can say that I've learned a lot of my life lessons from dance team, and I have blossomed as a person and as a dancer because of it.
Just know that everyone started from somewhere, and that's true with everything, but it really is with softball. It's just repetitions. High school's great for that. It's a lot of reps, but you gotta put in a lot of work outside of it. And that's when you're gonna see growth, is when you are isolating and doing your own practices away from a team. That's when you're really gonna grow as an individual. And then really just have fun. Have fun. The tighter you are, the worse. So just have fun and play like yourself, and you'll do great.
I think you guys should totally do it. Whoever you are, you need to. It's such a great way to get a foot in the door to high school and be involved. I think that's super important, because I agree, high school is what you make of it. And if you don't be involved in sports or clubs or something, you will get bored and be this is awful. But if you try to go to the games and you have a group of people who are your support system, it's really awesome, and I highly recommend it.
It's given me something to do and given me value, given me another second family.
Really, the people you play with and the people that you help and the people that help you really are the ones that end up having your backs later in life. And high school sports especially, these are some of the bonds and friendships that you don't forget.